Somewhere in Austria, there is a myth hiding in the shadows of the darkness. A car so powerful and extreme, it's literally feared by many. For years, this black Supra has haunted supercar owners even in their dreams.
You can see that Koenigsegg definitely stole some ideas from the Supra.
But this might all be over now, since the law finally caught up to the Black Widow Supra.
We're actually getting pulled over by the police right now.
Oh Alter, du bist aber in die Vollkontrolle rein.
Yo, welcome back to a wonderful new video of Sheepman. Today is one of the only days that we really have time to test out my 1000 horsepower rear-wheel drive Supra. And as you guys maybe can see by the windows in the background, it's fucking snowing outside! We have to drive this thing. Yokohama, Neova, traction, temperature, summer tires. These are not winter tires. So we're driving on, these are Semi-Slicks. Also ohne Scheiß, das ist, wenn ich mal ein Semi-Slick überlebt habe, dann ist das ein Semi-Slick.
Yeah.
Today is the only day that we could drive the Supra and it started to snow. Literally 2 hours ago. But I hope it's not gonna be on the street. But look at this. So viel hat's geschneit. Es ist März und es schneit so viel. Anyway, I still think we're gonna have a wonderful time. This Supra is peak scientific research evolution project. We have spent hours and days and months of genius mastermind brain cells combined together on the Supra. Over the last few months, we completely transformed the car because, as you guys know, this car was an absolute, it was dog shit. It was really bad. Like, the last time we drove it, this car just, it wasn't even making like 500 horsepower, I think. But now everything is beautiful and it's nice. I think this might actually be the first time ever that my Supra is driving how it's supposed to drive since we did the AHP swap. Really quick, I'm gonna give you guys a quick little breakdown.
Fuck. What dude?
Like, in all seriousness right now, this Supra, really, it was terrible. But now we spent like the last 4 months completely rebuilding everything. We now have a different turbo setup on here. It's still supposed to make like 1000 horsepower, but this one is a bit smaller than the previous one. So I hope it's gonna spool a bit faster. We also have 2 external wastegates now. So I think in version number 3, we're gonna have 3. We're probably gonna put the third either here or maybe here. We're gonna have to find out.
The movement.
Yeah. I can't really wait for version number 5 when we're gonna have 5 of them.
Yeah.
Across the hood, it's gonna be really sick. No. What was wrong with the car? I honestly don't even know where to start. So nothing was working how it's supposed to work. Literally, if you looked under the car or like into the engine bay, it literally looked disgusting. So we had cables everywhere. We now have beautiful cable management system here. So we rewired the entire car, which was absolutely amazing to do, as you guys can imagine, because wiring work is always fun. But shout out to Manuel, not this Manuel, the wiring Manuel.
Shoot.
Yeah, we have now a completely new wiring setup. Like I said, smaller turbo. We have only 2 wastegates. Before that, we had 3 wastegates. But the funny thing is, out of those 3 wastegates, 2 of them were actually not working. So they were just open basically all the time.
There was always open, so we don't have the...
I honestly think the last time we drove it was like 500, 600 horsepower maximum.
Yeah.
If even that. But now everything should be better. We should be back to those 1000 horsepower numbers that we were before. Apart from that, we also gave the engine a little refresh and so the fuel system. We changed the fuel system a little bit. That's in the trunk. I don't want to open the trunk right now, so you guys. Oh yeah, KW suspension in the car. Hopefully it's gonna drive better.
ECU remapping.
We gave the car a complete new tune.
Yeah.
We have a bunch of new features that I'm gonna show you guys in a second. And we also remapped the gearbox software, so the AHP is working now even better than before. This might be a monumental day in Sheepman history, because this might actually mark the day that we figured out how to Supra properly for the first time. I'm gonna jump in the car. I'm gonna turn it on now to turn you guys on.
Yeah, master switch. Yeah, baby.
Ich bin immer noch ein bisschen krank, aber ich bin schon. Oh, by the way, look here. We're making progress on the M5 or in the future. Anyway, Supra, we have to test it out for the first time now with the new setup to know if we did a good job or not. We're just gonna take it to the mountains and hope that we don't die. Wir müssen noch ganz kurz zu Supra beten, weil es wichtig.
Was denn?
Ich muss zum Supra beten. Vor jeder Supra-Fahrt very simple. We're just gonna drive into the mountains, see how this car works. Otherwise, just gonna go and have fun.
Let's go.
How the fuck is you saying we front? In the gram is what I trust. How the fuck is you saying we front? In the gram is what I trust. How the fuck is you saying we front? In the gram is what I trust. How the fuck is you saying we front? In the gram is what I trust. Pass it to my cousin, let him. Pass it to my cousin, let him. Pass it to my cousin, let him. Fucking bitches, my man. Pass it to my cousin, let him.
Do you also hate being spied on? Let me tell you something, it doesn't only happen in real life. Most importantly, it also happens online. The number of global data breaches rises worldwide each year. From 2023 to 2024 alone, it went up over 211%, mainly due to 5 mega breaches. Your data being shared online unknowingly by you is a big problem because scams and even identity theft all start with this. Your data being shared on sites that you don't even know about. Sites like people search sites, data brokers, shady directories, and even artificial intelligence results. They all contribute to these issues. And your information can be literally everything. Your address, your full name, even your social security numbers and credit card details. Sometimes even your grandma's name. And here's where the sponsor of today's video steps in, Impound. They track down and remove all your personal information from all those sites where you don't want it to be. The process is fully automated, so you don't really have to do anything. And on top of that, if you find something that you really want to be removed, you can also do it manually. All you have to do is send them a link and a dedicated privacy expert will take care of the business for you. So, what are you waiting for? Protect your privacy and protect your loved ones by getting a copy today. Link down in the description below. Now, let's continue with the video. Alright guys, we didn't make it far. We're actually getting pulled over by police right now, which is gonna be interesting with the Supra. This might be the most extreme car I own, so let's see.
Ja, Supra glaube ich ist vorbei.
So, we didn't even make it far. Police immediately pulled us over.
Nein, ist der Prüfzug. Alter, du bist aber in die Vollkontrolle rein. Ja, sie haben alles da. Aber jetzt bist du glücklich.
Alright, well that was not how I expected this day to go. Yeah, schreibst du dem Gabriel mal, dass er mal hingekommen sei. We don't have license plates on the front, so they pulled us over.
Also da bin ich noch nie am Prüfzug-Dings gewesen.
Also das ist wirklich was ganz Neues da jetzt.
So schön.
Servus.
Warum darfst du ja nicht?
Ja.
Servus. Bei dem Wetter heute.
Unglaublich. Ja, wo du das zufährst. Ja. Ja. Was ist besser?
Ja, das ist mir zu glatt und ich wollte nicht, dass es runterfliegt, deswegen haben wir es da reingegeben.
Der Kletter ist aber auch nicht wichtig, gell? Das musst du auch hast.
This might be the last time we see the Supra on the streets. Ja, schöne erste Testfahrt.
Der Gäb's kein Summen hingekommen. Nichts ist hier oben. Wir sind in einen Prüfzug reingefahren. Ja, und stehen wir jetzt ein Kennzeichen weg. Ich schwör.
China, die Fotos mit in China. Zwischen 9 und 12 cm, was das auf die Bodenfreiheit ist, ja zuverlässig mit 9 cm. Ja.
Bro, this is the worst luck ever. So far, never had any issues with this car because 90% of the car is legal.
The hood exit kind of fucked us over, I have to say. And he's saying the car is too low, which it isn't because we literally typicied it on this height, but yeah, hood exit had us. Anyway, I have to move the car really quick and they're gonna check it out further, so we'll see. At least they seem to be pretty happy. Yeah, last ride for the Supra. I really don't know what to do now. We're gonna figure it out. Gabriel's already on the way with the trailer. That's just part of the game here in Europe, unfortunately. We have very strict car rules. Alright, gonna do a noise test now, which might be the second issue.
Ich darf nicht filmen, hat er gesagt.
Okay. I think I prayed to the wrong Supra gods today.
150 Dezibel hast.
Und wie viel darf ich haben?
Muss ja schon.
Also so vom Motor her ist er wirklich alles typisiert. Das Einzige, was nicht typisiert ist, ist das Tester und halt der Auspuff. Bei der Turbo und sowas, da steht da sogar in die Papiere drin, dass der andere Turbo drin ist und was weiß ich was. Das ist das Wastegate. Normalerweise, damit legal wäre, müsste das einfach in den Auspuff rein. Ja, they don't seem to have as much fun as us. Yeah, it was a fun time with the Supra here on the streets, but this time has come to an end here in Austria. Well, to explain really quick, once again, for everybody that's not from Austria, we have these very strict car laws. Obviously, the Supra is, I would say, 95% compliant. Like I said, the hood exit is one problem, and the exhaust itself is a little bit too loud. But yeah, we had the unfortunate misfortune of driving straight into one of the strictest police controls here. This year's a Prüfzug, so this is what they normally have at all the car meets and everything.
This is twice a year.
Yeah, twice a year that they have this today, and today is one of those days. And we drove straight into it with the Supra. So they saw us on the street, pulled us over here, and from the moment we drove in here, I know it was, over. But it's, like I said, part of the game. Car looks very beautiful though, here with the police. But we'll see how big the fine is. The fine is going to be interesting, and what they're going to write on the report, on the official report. They also pulled over this trucker here. He didn't stop enough. In Europe, you have to get certain stops when you're driving a truck. And I heard that he's like 100 days over, which is, det har varit en minute. Rest in peace, Black Widow Supra. That was it. The fate of all tuned cars in Europe also caught up to the Supra. Yeah, the fine is gonna be the most interesting part. We're gonna have to wait for that now.
I think it's around 1,000 euros.
I think it's gonna be more, but we're gonna see. Also irgendwie, die kontrollieren nur LKW und unser Supra.
One of the interesting facts is no alcoholic test.
Na, da bin ich voll rauschig.
Okay, so we just called Gabriel. He's on the way. He's gonna pick us up with the trailer. Yeah, really not how I expected this day to go. We're gonna tow the car back to the workshop now, and then in a few days we're gonna get all the paperwork from here, and then we'll know what is actually going on. But they were really nice cops. So, and also what you have to understand is we fully knew the risks. We were just a bit stupid driving the car still here. Like I said, normally everything is kind of okay, but the Supra is really an extreme case of... Supra might be the most extreme vehicle we have currently, so, it was only a matter of time. And if you're nice with the police officers, they're nice with you, so no need to discuss anything. I understand it was a mistake. See you guys in a few days.
Also, dass die jetzt auch noch kontrolliert haben.
Ja, wollte jetzt eigentlich nur wissen, ob ich die Supra überhaupt ziehen darf.
Weil ich muss so scheißen.
What a beautiful day today.
Yeah, that was it with the Supra. Black Widow Supra is no more, at least for Austrian streets. This was all a few weeks ago, and here is what happened in the aftermath, so to say. What happened after the police pulled us over. Obviously, as you guys saw in the video, they took my license plate, which means I am legally not allowed to drive this particular vehicle on the streets of my own country, my home country, Austria, anymore. They revoked my license plates. So, here's what happened in the aftermath. First of all, a few weeks after this happened, I got a letter sent back to my home place, which I took a nice little picture of here. You can read it. Basically saying that obviously, what I already told you, this car is not meant to be on the road anymore. I need to change a few things to make it road legal again, and then basically, if I would ever want to drive it on the streets again, I would have to take it to a big institution, which is basically the TÜV for Germany and Austria, and they would check the whole car to make sure everything that they've stated here in this letter, which I'm going to get to in a second, has been removed, and basically they want the Supra back in original condition, which, well, if we're all going to be honest, it's never ever going to happen again, because this car is so heavily modified, it's basically game over. Anyway, they had 7 issues with my Supra. I'm gonna read them to you right now. First of all, it's pretty funny how they wrote it, because some of the stuff they wrote is kind of hilarious. If you speak German, you're gonna see it. First of all, they told me that my exhaust is too loud. Well, they measured it. We know that we had 108.9 decibels instead of 92 decibels, which 92 is already pretty loud, so it wasn't too bad. Second mistake, second error, so to say, the car is too low. Which, honestly, I have to say, I have lower cars, so do with that information what you want. Third of all, okay, that one's kind of on me. It's kind of my mistake. I had no license plates on the front, so...
Your fault.
Yeah, I kind of get that. The
fourth one, you know, in Austria we have like a yearly inspection, so your car has to be yearly inspected in order to be legal for the road. This expired 2023 for my Supra, so I was driving around. Well, I wasn't really, so yeah. The fifth one is pure speculation because they are saying that my car has 1000 horsepower, so I'm having too much power for the car, they're saying. Sixth mistake for the Supra. This one is pretty funny. It's just saying the whole engine bay is changed, completely changed. Which I don't know how that, like, there's no law that you can change your engine bay, so that's kind of funny to me, I guess, but whatever, they said it. And the seventh is for me the funniest because you have to come with me really quick. So here's for my wastegates. So once the wastegate open, basically it's coming out the hood, and they thought it's cooling vents for my engine. So these are cooling vents, they said. It's also pretty funny. Anyway, it doesn't really matter what they write in there. Like I said, the car is never ever gonna see the streets again, so it doesn't really make any difference. I don't even know why I drove it on the street. Like, I had this car for 4 years and I never really drove it on Austrian streets. But that one day I actually drove it, they actually stopped me. This was kind of stupid. Anyway, what do we do in the future? Like I said, Supra is not gonna see probably any streets in Austria anymore. That was one of two consequences. Basically, Supra, no more street driving.
In
it's
Austria.
okay. I can live with that, honestly. Second consequence, I'm gonna get a fine sent back to my place. I haven't gotten the fine yet. The last time something like this happened, where I got my license plates taken from my car, was 2018 with my R8, and back then it was like 3,000 euros. So that's kind of what I'm thinking is gonna happen here again. So I'm gonna get a fine, which is honestly pretty high, but you know, I was so stupid. I was driving this car, which is not meant to be on the street. It was my own fault. I accept it. Don't be stupid like me. Modify your cars normally, and if you modify them like this, there are nice trailers that you can buy for your cars too.
Where's the trailer?
It's a trailer. Anyway, so what do we do with the Supra in the future? Honestly, I don't know yet. I'm probably gonna ship some of my cars, including the Supra, to America, where I can drive them like this, legally on the street, without being harassed, without having any consequences, and just living a happy life. Sounds like a pretty good plan to me, and honestly, I think the Supra is gonna be pretty happy to be in the US. So that's probably what's gonna happen, but we'll see. Yeah, like I said, it was pretty stupid of me. Mistakes happen. Take an example of me, don't be so stupid. That's all I wanna say. Like with the Supra, was haben wir jetzt?
Warum schaust du mir an?
Weiß nicht, was haben wir jetzt?
Ja, one last ride in Austria.
Ist Zeit für eine Verabschiedungsparty. Schließungsfall.